Number 18, that Moto show remote style again. This one's kind of cool because we got a lake back here, right back here. We just swam in there. I went underwater for about 4 seconds or 2.
Yeah. You went underwater twice though, right?
Yeah, twice.
Yeah, okay.
So it was very cool. So up like mountain lakes would be. Spencer went in way longer. And our friend, we have a guest we're going to bring in, and he went in longer yet.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, it's about the same as I, because
Okay.
I was in there for a while.
Right.
I did 7 minutes.
Did he go all the way under?
Yeah.
All right. All right. So obviously we're remote this time. Donnie gets a show off because
He's lazy.
yeah,
Just kidding.
and he wishes he could come on these trail trips, but he couldn't. And we got the Honda 450 RX here, which did you know? Because you know how they got the Sierra 450R for 2025 is getting updated, right?
Yes.
It's all updated bike, right? So I got some inside word that the RX is getting all those updates.
Same year?
Yeah, 25.
Wow.
Yeah. So how cool is that? Because we like that bike a lot, and I think if we get those updates that help the chassis a bit.
I think it'd be great.
So,
But although we fixed a lot of like suspension or handling issues with good AHM suspension, so it's like I don't have that many complaints about the chassis. I think it feels really good.
yeah, bike's good. So it's only better next year. So we might see if we can get one of these to use next year. And this bike's been awesome. We did play with. Want to talk about the RMX experience?
Yeah.
You were very excited. Spencer's, he's been looking all over for some fun older bike.
Yeah.
This bike's
They're cool.
32 years old.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a lot of time to get this thing ready.
My race mechanic really dropped the ball on jetting this thing correctly
For elevation.
For elevation.
All right.
I mean, it was. Here's the thing: suspension and handling. It felt really good.
Right.
You know, because we went on a little ride yesterday, and then it got to a certain point after we had already taken the bike apart twice, and then it got worse, and I was just like, I'm just gonna ride back, and I'm gonna hop on the 450 and then meet you guys. And that's what we did.
It seems silly to be jetting and changing little clip. So basically, we figured out that we don't have enough room in the clip, so we're gonna have to try a different needle for elevation because it ran pretty decent at home without the elevation.
Yep.
It ran fine, and I kind of guesstimated where to be. We went up to a 2 clip, and we went leaner on the main, and we went leaner on the pilot.
Yeah.
But it didn't get rid of this middle area, and we just did everything we can. So I'm gonna do a little research, figure out that one of the things I tell guys when they ask about carburetor questions is, first I need to figure out that I have the right needle in there. I don't even know if I have the right needle in the bike, the stock needle. So I need to see what's in there and determine if it could be too rich a needle. Who knows? So I'm gonna find out what's in there. That's my first step, and I'll get with Tom Morgan's awesome as far as helping with jetting. So I'll get with him and see if he has some insight back to that bike back then. And then there was a lot of guys that race those bikes, and it's kind of based off a 92 RM250. So we'll kind of go from there and compare. So we'll get it fixed up, and then in the next 3 or 4 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, we should have it
Dialed.
Yeah, well, I don't know about dialed, but to where you could ride it.
Yeah.
But it was fun, and it would be fun to get you out there on it. All right, so that was kind of fun.
With this bike, if you notice, it looks different from the last time it was on the show because it has headlights, dude, or kind of headlights. They're attached. These are Thumper Jockey lights, and Thumper Jockey is really cool. You can go check them out and get lights for your bike, but it's a part of the wraparounds because usually on these Thumper Jockeys you attach them to the fork tubes, but we have wraparounds and a big IMS tank on this thing. So
you ran into a bunch of clearance issues,
a bunch of clearance
which happens when you have a lot of aftermarket stack-up parts. So he did a great job of figuring out that he could mount them to the mount for the handguards. So he got them mounted up there. Man, maybe we could add a little clip of you riding at night. You have a little clip, right?
I have some night riding clips.
Okay, so we can put some of those in here.
Yeah.
And it's plenty bright.
It's bright.
And so the guys that run Thumper Jockey also have dirtbikeutah.net. Mm-hmm. That's a great website, which he does just out of the goodness of his heart. Because he's way nicer than I am. Yeah. Where he wants to help people find all the good trails in Utah.
Exactly.
And so he makes this site. Because I get a lot of people ask me about all these questions, and one of the things that comes up is guys, they're coming from back east and they want to ride. They see all this cool stuff and they go, oh, they're going to ride Moab. And then they go, I'm going to be out there in August.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, dude, you don't go to Moab in August.
I think it was like 117 or something in Moab like 2 weeks ago.
So you go to mountains. So we get to elevation. You want to be 7,000, 8,000, 9,000 feet in the summertime out west here. So that's something to keep in mind is you want to get to high elevation. Oh, somebody just turned the sun down. Awesome. Wow. Okay. Sunglasses off for a second. We'll see how long it stays. So sunglasses off. That's kind of nice. So Oh, and just so wait, these are the FMF Vision.
FMF drop.
Yeah. And you know what's funny is like they've been sitting in my drawer since I got them. It's been a few months.
I remember this.
Okay.
But Cody's been wearing them.
He has his.
Yeah, and he's been wearing them all the time.
So I've been wearing them the last couple trips, and they feel amazing, like great. And I compare them to my other brand that starts with an O. But these are lighter, and I kind of like them, and they feel better on my Mondo head.
Yeah.
So they feel really good. Okay, so what other takeaways? We have a brand new video. Well, I don't know if it'll be out before this. Around here, we have a video coming out on the TE300 versus a carbureted 2019, which you've gotten to ride a bunch. So we'll have some videos on that coming out. And we just had one on, what did we just have come out? Cardo. Cardo's what we have in the helmet. Pull the helmet back here a little bit so you can see Cardo's right here. And this allows you to be able to talk while you're riding to whoever you have in your group. And that's going to come up in one of our comments. I'm going to read some comments. And you can see our GoPro mount here. This is Extreme Wannabes. We should show your mount.
Yeah. Right back.
You can stay right here. Oh. We got people.
Oh.
Okay, so this is an Insta360. Talk about this thing.
So this is Insta360 Ace Pro, and I got this. This is also the Insta360 helmet mount that they sell. You can find stuff like this on Amazon.
We have it in our links.
Yeah, it's in our Amazon links.
We have Amazon links now.
It's the same price no matter where you're getting it.
And it's only like $14.
Yeah, they're cheap. But they're really cool because they mount to people's helmets.
That are odd-shaped.
That are odd-shaped, and then you can Velcro it, so it's way more secure. And then also, because in the past, we put it on some people's helmets with the sticky ones, and we got to rip it off right away because they don't want it on their helmet, right? But this is nice. And it works because I put it on a kid that had a TLD helmet with a curve, and so it wasn't as good, but this thing worked. On my helmet, I run it like this, and I can have the camera down. It kind of is a cool view. I'll put it right here so you can see what it looks like. But yeah, pretty awesome.
All right, so now I feel like, is there anything else we need to cover? Well, we got Nationals have been off a few weeks.
Yeah.
This will come out after the Nationals get back going.
Yes.
But I will say that's been very depressing.
Yeah, it's been hard.
Yeah. 2 Saturdays in a row with nothing.
You have to ride dirt bikes on those Saturdays to make up for it, though.
I did that, but then I watched some Lorettas. That was kind of cool.
Yes.
And it looked brutal conditions, hot.
After watching Lorettas all week, my YouTube suggested me, on that Sunday after, it suggested me Brazil motocross series. Like the Brazil, like the one in Brazil.
Didn't Dean Wilson go to one of those?
Yeah, he went to one of those. And so it was one of the rounds they had in Brazil, and it's in Portuguese. But I mean, like, they were riding, the track didn't look like, all that great. But it was cool just to see some riding in another country with fast dudes.
I got some fun comments to read. I think let's start it down here. Okay, and then I'm going to send you these so you can put these on the screen.
All right.
But we've been getting a lot of comments. Now, one of the things I get also, for whatever it's worth, a lot of guys will comment on our videos on YouTube or whatever. I'm not going to write you back typically. I'm sorry, but it's just too much going on. So if you email us questions, email me questions. It's so easy to email us, and that's how you get the tire stand drawings, all that. Or you can, that's the only thing.
That goes for social media too. Comments and all that stuff.
Yeah, we're not going to really comment. It's just too much to go through. So we usually go through and and if there's something crazy, we'll comment. Hey, email us.
Yeah.
And if you can't find our email, just go to the website. It's
dirtbiketv1.com.
Yep. And Spencer knows that the link works because he checks it. He stays on it.
Yep.
So you can go there. All right. So Ben Lord -N3L.
Okay.
Love this channel. Every video is awesome.
Oh.
Yeah. I'll come back to that one.
Yeah.
Okay. And now this is what I was telling you about. Who saw the bear in this? This is about the incredible mountain bike trails.
Huh.
It was a reels. And he says, you got to look real close. I will give you the answer later. Find the bear for 1,000.
I don't know if the bear's actually there.
I watched it and I couldn't find the bear.
I think he's playing a prank. Hey, but you know what that is doing? That's increasing our views on that video, so I'm okay with that comment. Right?
All right.
People are going to watch it back.
I watched it. I couldn't find it. All right. New comment on incredible riding perfected. This is the Cardo video that goes through a lot of trail riding, which we did in this area like 6 weeks ago, 5 or 6 weeks ago, right?
Yep.
Okay. R. Carl says, love the Cardo. Now that I have one, I'm a little sad when I ride with people that don't have them.
Oh, it's so hard.
This guy must be nicer than me. Because I just won't ride with the people really without them hardly.
Yeah.
So especially on big trips. Now, if it's a day ride, okay, fine. So, but it does really mess this up when, somebody else isn't on it and you have to stop, turn everybody's bikes off. And
I rode with Cole the other day and he doesn't have one.
He didn't have one.
And the funny thing is, his deal breaker is that he can't put his helmet in the dishwasher anymore to wash it. And I'm like, dude, That's why you won't install the Cardo, because then he can't do that anymore.
He doesn't want to wash his speakers.
Also, it's expensive for him, but he's he's going through med school. But it's like, hey, come on, dude.
All right. So on that same video, which is the Cardo trail trip.
Yes.
What a father-son trip. Lucky.
I'm so lucky.
They're saying that to you. You get a lot of that, don't you?
Well, I think getting a trail guide's pretty lucky too, right? To take you on all the cool stuff and not leave you behind.
And while we're talking about that, so on trail riding, the other cool thing is I have a personal assistant. So he gets my Cardo ready, my GoPro, and my hydration pack, right?
Yeah, everything.
But I take care of my gear for the most part.
Here's the thing: if something's missing from your gear bag, it's my fault.
Right.
So it doesn't. Yeah. So no.
So it is nice having that as well. So I got another comment that's kind of cool. This one's on dirt bike washing done right.
Yes.
Jay, I followed your advice, set up the stopwatch, got the pressure washer. Mine wasn't as ready as yours. Washed the bike, wiped it down, replaced the skid plate, put the pressure washer away, and it took me 30 minutes. Thank you, Dell. So I thought that was pretty cool. Oh, his name is
Dell Eaton.
Dell Eaton. 4523. So I thought that was kind of cool because we do a lot of videos on guys give us junk for laying the bikes down and making such a big deal about it. And you have to understand, we won't wash bikes like even this. I'd rather not wash it if we don't have an air compressor and lube and all the kind of stuff we need there to really go through it correctly. So so it's better to wait and do it right. So that's what I say. So anyway,
you can wipe off if you can't wash, wipe off your fork tubes, so like dust and stuff, but if you have to leave it dirty, then, Well,
we got another one on that trail riding one.
Yes.
That those other guys commented on. Now, that's a good video if you want to go check it out. We talk about recording with the Cardo and just a lot of communication back and forth. And this is Rob H3267. He says, these kind of rides make for the best memories you could ever have. Keep living your best life, and thanks for taking us along the ride. Yeah. Isn't that awesome?
It's a good video because it's a lot of POV GoPro and like video and stuff. So.
Oh, but here's a different take.
Oh.
I got a comment. I don't just post the positive ones.
Yeah, we got to hear the other ones.
Okay, so this is _Bryant.R. No thanks. Don't want to listen to someone else breathe the entire time I'm riding. So a few times, even today, I heard Jim go.
Well, and
I'm like, did you go down?
I heard Rado when he got whacked in the thing.
Stick to the face?
He'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so we got that one already. So
although with Cardos, if that is a concern, most of the time it'll block out heavy breathing noises or just breathing noises in general, and it just tries to pick up your voice. But I mean, sometimes you do pick up.
Yeah. A lot of grunting, and I do a little. How do I do that when I'm going downhill?
Yeah, stuff like that.
Wilbur. Okay. Must know dirt bike hacks and tips. This is one of our biggest videos. So this is a cool video because we could do 125 things. Spencer helped edit this and put together
and film it.
Put together this whole thing of all these different tips and tricks and hacks. And we've had so many good comments on that. And this
People dig it.
I Want Dog is his name.
Nice.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you for sharing this absolute torrential downpour of knowledge.
That's pretty good.
Right. I've definitely upgraded my game just by listening.
Yeah, that's good.
So if nothing else, he's going to be better just from listening. Okay. This one's a video we did a long time ago.
I know this video.
Okay, putting a dirt bike on a stand. You think, putting a dirt bike on a stand, you think, oh, it's no big deal. But there's lots of people who don't grow up with other people. And you and Rado took like 8 minutes to put this one on the stand.
It wasn't 8 minutes.
Okay, it was like a minute.
Nah, it was like a minute.
But it was off camber and
downhill.
It's downhill.
And Rado's wearing flip-flops.
Okay, so here's what they say. Sarah Rose M. I'm a 5 foot tall rider. I've been riding for years and have never been able to put my bike on the stand since. It's almost as big as me. Haha. Haha. Right, okay. I've never seen anyone putting their bike on a stand using the rear wheel. So I tried it and it worked. It was even easier than I thought. So that's cool. Like we're helping people. Yep. Okay, this one's good. So new comments on 2 strokes are better than 4 strokes. Here's the top 10 reasons why. Okay. Now we did do just so you know, we kind of what do you call it, clickbait or switch, because I did a video on why 4 strokes are better.
Yes.
And I did a video on why 2 strokes are better.
Yes.
But I kind of can feel the same way. My real quick take for you haven't watched those videos, which you should go watch them, right?
Yeah.
But if you don't watch them, the real quick thing is 4 strokes, especially on the track, are just incredible. And the more wide open desert stuff and our California wintertime stuff, the sand washes, the hill climbs, 4 stroke, and at the track, no problem. The only place I feel like the two-stroke is at home is in the tighter single-track stuff.
Yes.
That's where I feel a little bit more at home.
Yes.
And I do really like 125s on the track. I think small bore two-strokes are really fun on the track if you're only riding against other people on
hill tracks.
Yes.
Hill tracks.
Like turn tracks, those kind of things. So this one's really good. This one kind of sums up, I think, how most people feel about me, right?
Yes.
Robert Major, 1744. Jay knows his poop. So I thought that was pretty cool, right? Yeah. All right, so that's all of them. Oh, the only thing I was going to show real quick is last night, Spencer and I had this guy email us on this Hard Enduro Burros. It's a good YouTube channel, and they have 2 episodes out of this Hard Enduro Burros.
Really cool.
Which we watched, and it has, Colton, it had Cody Webb.
And
a few other guys who all race hard enduro, and they were together for, a few days, and they filmed just this epic riding stuff. And they're in like southern Utah in the winter, and it looked rad.
Yeah.
So cool thing to check out. We'll have a screenshot of it. You can check it out. And then also, this was from, I'm trying to remember if this was, I think this was from Germany. I posted this tire stand, which you can put on the screen.
Yes. It'll be on the screen.
It was made out of stainless, and the welds are just insane, dude. It was just incredible. The workmanship, it was like German workmanship at its finest. So that was really cool to check out. We tracked our whole ride with Onyx, and that's another nice feature when you're trail riding to remember is that helps out. And you can email us for the code. Let me go to, where do we go to go live? Right here. Right here. Here's where we're at right now. See, just like that.
Like that. Then you can see where we're at.
Right there. Well, there it is. So that's pretty cool. Now, a lot of people ask, and they get really upset. Where are you at? Where are you at? Is that this place? So people get concerned. Here's the number one reason why we don't tell anybody where we ride. Because the locals don't like it. So if I am in Southern California and I have a hidden track, and some guy's going to tell everybody in other states or where else, hey, come over here and ride this, I wouldn't be happy.
Yep.
Okay. So they're hard to come by, good riding areas. So we try to be really respectful of locals when we come to these areas, and try to help and support the trail guys we come across that are volunteers, and then also the guys working on trails.
Yep.
And when I can, we find places to donate to help those trail systems. So I thought that's pretty cool. So anyway, that's one of the main reasons. In Utah, there's a good source called dirtbikeutah.net, which will lead you the right direction because it has desert and mountain separated.
Yep.
Look at desert from, October through May range, max, because May can get hot.
They can get hot.
Through there, and it can be very cold in January, February. You want to be careful.
Yeah.
Check the weather because it could be kind of bitter or cold. We've been there pretty bitter cold. So, so anyway, anything else to cover? Let's bring in our guest. We can talk, and then we could talk about a few products I brought too.
Okay.
I brought some cool products. We already talked about that, so we could talk about some of these other things when we have that guy out here.
All right.
Okay, here we are with Rado, Dirt in Iron. For those that don't know, right? They don't know who Rado is. He's got a really cool channel. He's from Slovakia originally, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right next to Dracula Land.
Right.
That's what he calls me.
Some people. Oh, I didn't start that. No, that was
Who
David.
David?
Okay. David's the one that started with. He started saying Transylvania and Dracula.
It's actually not next to my country.
No, not even close.
No.
And then when we played for you the Count on Sesame Street with his accent, you didn't like that.
I didn't know.
No, you didn't think it
doesn't sound anything like me. No.
Spot on. Spencer says it's spot on. Spot on. So if you grew up with Sesame Street, you'll know. So anyway, Rado he gets to ride with us just a few times a year, really anymore, huh?
Not as much as before. Yeah.
Because family life, kids are getting to that age where you got to spend more time with them.
Exactly.
And then eventually they leave, and you have a little celebration. Like you're sad for a minute, and then it goes away.
Is that what happens?
Yes.
All right.
Yes. So
I guess I'm looking forward to it.
Yes. I'll be too old to ride with you probably by then, but it'll be good.
Nah, don't worry, you'll be there.
You'll be having to carry my bike up too many spots. So, all right. So Rado rides with us like once in the winter time, right? Average.
Yeah.
You went once last year.
That's when you go out, off-road stuff.
Right.
But I'll do a couple rides on the track too.
Yeah. But our hill tracks, you mean? But no, you didn't even go this year.
No, we did ride Glen Helen.
Okay, that doesn't
couple
count.
times.
No, Glen Helen's like that's normal riding. I'm saying like real adventure.
Oh yeah.
This is your first real go away. I think what we should mention is that, like, how long ago was it? 2 years or 3 years ago that I brought your gear bag up to Utah?
That was more than that.
It's been a
It
while.
was more than 3 years.
Like 3 or 4 years ago.
So I bought a flight ticket and everything. He had my gear bag, and they didn't want to give it back to me then when he came back. And that was my only gear bag, my helmet and boots and everything. So he was upset I didn't come. But I really wanted to go. Just something came up at work and I couldn't make it. Yeah.
Do you regret it now?
I do.
Because it was probably something silly that could have been resolved without you.
No, I had to stay.
Oh man. All right. So Rado takes his work pretty serious, and so so since the shame of that cancellation, it's been slow to get him up on the trips, and so we got him and my buddy Jim both to come up first time on these big faraway adventures. Jim's gone with us to most of the Utah stuff and southern Utah stuff, and he's had a ton of good time. And we used Jim's bike is the 2019 that we used in the video, where we compared the 24 TE300. And today we rode your bike, Jim's bike is my old bike.
Yeah.
Your bike's a 17 or 18?
17.
17. That bike is 8 years old right now. 8 years old, and the thing feels amazing.
Exactly.
It shows what, the guy that rode it was an older guy you bought it from.
Yes.
And when you got it, we greased everything and did a piston and...
Yeah, it has 350 hours on the bike. But
on the stock crank.
Yeah, it feels amazing. Also, suspension, the air suspension feels really good. We have that expansion chamber on it.
It was good, and then we added that creft.
The crafting, yeah.
Yeah, the tanks, and then it got even better. Like it's just such a good bike. So really good bike.
I did ride your bike, that 2024 TE, right, which is the latest and greatest, and it did feel better, of course, but it wasn't a huge difference. It wasn't. We were talking to Spencer, waiting for you guys, and there is no reason to really upgrade at this point. If I have 2017 dialed in, it just feels really good compared to all those brand new bikes.
Right. And so it's a really cool bike to have these older carbureted bikes, and I kind of regret selling my one to Steve.
You can, I saw a couple of them for sale for like 4,500.
We're gonna find some. We're gonna find some. So if somebody's going, I want one with like less than 50 hours.
Oh, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, I'm gonna find one low hours, because there's some Goldilockses out there. And I think I only want an XC. I don't want XCW, because I didn't like XCWs on the older ones, because the gaps, gearing is weird from first to second, and then from second to third is too big of gaps. So they have weird gaps, and that's why I don't. But the new bike, the XC and the TE, which are the same, I like the gearing is good. And you noticed how small that rear sprocket.
Yeah, the TE come with a 45 sprocket, which I don't think I've ever seen such a small sprocket.
Spencer and I were talking last night and this morning even about adding a section on, so you guys can get more money's worth. And then we're heading down to where that section would be. And I'm behind my buddy Jim, and he's struggling a little bit. He's not standing up much, and I'm like, hey. And so I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I think we need to probably skip the bonus section. And when I get down to Spencer, he's like, yeah, for sure. For sure we're not doing bonus section. You and Spencer went up at just like a mile or two. We were going to do just to get a little feel for it.
Right.
And that's when you're test riding the TE300 today. So it's funny sometimes. Now, if we were only riding 1 or 2 days, then I think we would push ourselves harder. But the joke was, do you want to ride tomorrow?
Right.
Right. So we want to be kind of not just so wiped out we couldn't ride tomorrow, because that's a tough thing, especially if you're older. Also, you haven't been riding a whole lot. And
I didn't ride off-road for like almost 2 years now.
Right.
Because I had the shoulder fixed a year and 4 months ago. And after that...
You rode in Hesperia in December, I think it was, with us. That was probably the only time.
That's not really a technical riding like
that. So what do you think now of your first real trail trip out of California? What do you think?
I think it's amazing. And I think we should do more often.
Yeah.
You should. Yeah.
I've been trying.
You should talk to me more often. Yeah.
Right. I should invite you more often. Okay. And in your bike, the thing we didn't mention about your bike that helped it run really well is because we've had a few different carburetors in that bike, like 3 different ones. Like, wasn't the stock one on it when we got it?
Then
stock. I mean, you've messed with carburetors, which has been kind of fun, right? That's what's kind of fun about a 2-stroke, and those you could play with that. So Now you're on with the Billetron, right?
I got a Billetron and an Excalibur.
Excalibur.
And
say that again. Excalibur.
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 That thing runs really good.
Really good.
And one interesting thing is that that carburetor comes with a little power jet screw.
Yeah.
That wasn't on the older electrons.
And I haven't tweaked on those yet.
And then it actually makes quite a big difference on the bottom when you move that thing like a half turn.
Okay.
I felt a big difference. So
did you turn it in like is to make it richer or leaner?
Leaner.
Leaner.
Yeah.
Okay. You went in?
In. Yes.
In. Okay. Because most things get leaner as you go out, typically, but either way.
Yeah. I tried both ways.
In made it better.
And it made it better. Yeah.
All right.
So it was just a little bit buggy when you shift the second gear low RPM, and then I tweak it with like a half turn here and there, and it was spot on. You rode the bike, so you know how it feels.
Like it was nearly like fuel injection, and I would say, honestly, it was a tiny bit better than my buddy Jim's the 300, the red one. But it's so close. And both bikes, he's running a Kian with the JD jetting. You get the Electron, and it tells you. And we're riding from the lowest is like 6,000, up to almost 10,000, and it runs fine. Yeah, but we do get a little ooze.
But we have to say that this carburetor, I didn't touch it from last winter.
Right.
When I ride it at home.
At 2,000.
Even less. We even went to like 2,000. And it was all cold, winter and all that. Now we are summer at 8,000, 10,000, and it still runs great. The only thing I did was to move that the power jet screw, like half turn. That's about it. So it's pretty good. It just adjusts to everything.
That's awesome. All right. So now, what else did you kind of learn from this trail trip?
Oh, that I think I can ride more than I can. But that's maybe just because I'm a little bit out of shape. Yeah, so we did 4 hours today, and I thought we should probably put more, like the extra lube at the end. But when that time came, I was like, no, we don't need to do that. Let's just go back to that.
There was even another loop we could have added at the end.
Yeah.
And you and Spencer are like, nah, we'll just mess with it.
But the last section, when we met the last time, and then we went all the way to the van, I was really on it. Yeah. That was like the fastest section that I did today.
From where we left, that downhill was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was good.
Jim and I switched bikes a few times, and in there too, that was kind of fun. Yeah. And it was good.
These trails don't really flow that well. You can really go like third gear and just flow like that. It's more technical, so there's a lot of hidden rocks behind the turns that you need to count on when you ride.
Especially when the grass is a little tall. Yeah. Whether it's green grass or it's down, we call them foot killers. And we have a buddy last year. Was it last year? Did that happen? Or 2 years ago?
That was last year.
Last year. We had a buddy, Brandon, who smashed his foot in the first 45 minutes, right? Yeah.
Broke his foot.
Broke his foot.
And ankle.
And ankle and some toes. Just jacked it up just from hitting one of those. And so that's why you want to keep a couple things. You want to keep your feet up and in and up. And if you have to take your foot off and keep it high. That's one thing I learned is keep it high. Don't let it get low. So sometimes I take my foot off to avoid, I have a rock, and I always say one of my favorite sounds to hear is your foot peg hitting a rock. The click.
I did it like twice today.
How cool is that sound? Yeah. It's only cool when your foot's up. You're doing a little bit of a knack, and your foot's behind you, and you hear this click, click, and you got your foot up just in time. Yeah. Like, that's a good feeling. So I had one close call where I got smashed a little bit, but nothing good.
And hey, we found the same stick in a trail today.
Huh? Oh, yes. So I went up this section first and just took off because it made me feel like a boss to win this section, Yeah. And I was waiting at the top, and they're taking a while. And I got hit in the sleeve right here, and this MSR jersey held up good.
This like big branch like this thick sticking in the trail.
Pointing right, and Spencer is the first one to admit that isn't the real trail, but it was where it was sending us.
And it was kind of steep hill, so you need to be on it when you go up.
You're on it, and then you can't see it till it's too late. And it's a burnt stick, so it was kind of black. Yeah. And it was pointing, and it was right at this height right here when I was on my bike. I don't know if I was sitting or standing at the time. I don't even remember. Yeah. But it smashed us. Oh, that would be cool to get him on the show. The guy, was he on a beta or what was he on?
That's that beta.
The beta, they're just running back and forth?
I think they're just going to go.
Okay. All right, so we should get him on the show. So anyway, so it hit us in the face. Then I get to the top, I'm waiting for a while, and they get up there, and Rado's like dizzy. Yeah. And he hit the same stick, but he didn't hit his shoulder.
I hit it right here. So I was going up that hill, and I was only wanting to make it, and then suddenly I just saw stars, and it was black for like 2 seconds. And I was off the bike.
Yeah, I guess if I was standing up, it would hit my shoulder, right?
and we have all the card on, but I didn't use any bad words, did I? I was just saying, I just say, oh my goodness, right?
Oh my goodness, guys. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Wow. I went down a big time. Oh. Whew. I saw stars. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. I hope. I got hit to my helmet with this thing hit me in the head. I didn't see anything for two seconds. I didn't see anything.
You were seeing something pretty.
So Spencer actually thought that I found something really beautiful, but I was just amazed how I didn't see anything for like 2 seconds. And then my balance was off.
When you got to the top.
And my accent got worse.
Yeah,
That was like, you guys could understand me.
So, anyway, yeah, good time.
How you doing?
What's going on? Are you guys playing in the lake and riding?
Yeah, we're doing both. We're honestly liabilities to this lake, so.
Yeah.
What's that? With the lake? What was it?
I'm saying he's a liability.
Liability
Oh,
to this entire atmosphere. we just ride all day and then boat at night.
That's cool.
that's awesome.
Coming up here for 30 years. And
That's awesome. Where are you guys camped at?
all these campsites on the back.
Back in here.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
We used to come up for like 11 days and
Oh, whoa.
hang out.
That's a long time. Where do you guys come from?
Salt Lake and Coca-Cola.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We came up here in late June this year.
Yeah.
And we were right here. We were the only ones here. It was starting to rain and sleet on us and hail. And then we did a big old loop out there and we took them on the loop today. It was just like 30 miles or whatever, 35. All right. So we broke again for a little bit for Hillbilly.
Just for a little bit, yeah.
When he came by, I'm like, we got to have that guy on the show. I should have just done a little video, like an Instagram video with him. But anyway, he looks like he has a good time. Like he says he's a liability around the lake and everything else. They have a big group camping not far from here, and they have 16 or 17 bikes, and they're playing on the lake.
Yeah.
So
Sea Boys TV, that's a huge YouTube channel. That's what he said there.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty awesome. So anyway, good times. You had a good time?
I had an amazing time.
So 2 days so far. We have another day tomorrow of riding. Are you excited?
Yeah, definitely.
You don't think you're gonna be too sore?
No, we're gonna have good rest today.
Yeah.
And that swim actually, that was pretty good. In a little bit cold water.
We could do another one. We're gonna go to another lake right now. We can go do another swim.
I will.
Okay.
Right on.
So let's talk about product. I don't know if we could. Why don't you narrow down your Def Leppard thing a little bit? Your list. Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit about the Tusk makes these little battery jumpers.
Mm-hmm.
These are cool because you can jump a dirt bike, right?
Okay.
I think you could probably even jump a little Civic or something small car, right? And then you can also charge your phone, and it has all kinds of things. I don't know if this one has a flashlight. Oh, it does, right there. Yeah, it does. But this one's kind of cool for that. And there's lots of these things coming out. But having these little battery packs, this thing is so light. Feel this thing. So really lightweight.
Be good.
They're really nice to have, and they're fairly low cost, and they're in our links. They have a cord to charge it up, and then you have plenty of choices of cables because the man is against us. They have us all running different cables.
Yeah.
Just like we can't get along, we can't run the same connector on anything. So that's a shame. And then like this one, this battery pack's kind of cool too.
It looks like a hard drive.
I just bought it on Amazon and it was pretty cheap. We have a link to those. And this is a Rocky Mountain one they had, which is nice. So having these battery packs is cool. This I thought was cool. Who's the one that found this today?
Spencer did.
Spencer did. This is a clutch perch off of like an older bike. Okay, and so they broke it obviously out on the trail. So Spencer, whatever he stopped at this area, and you can see that it's been burnt. So it was in the burnt area.
Melted.
It melted.
Look at it. It's like shifted, melted.
Yeah.
That's how hot it got when there was a fire up in the mountain.
So this thing was laying on the ground there for 20 years or whatever, and then it burnt when it was laying there. So I thought it was pretty cool. We got us a nice little memorabilia.
That was even before the hydraulic clutches came by, right?
Yes, this is way before hydraulic clutches. This is more like the ARM-X clutch. which on that one we upgraded to the new Works Connection perch. All right. So hey, real quick, tell us. I want you to give me your top few mechanic moments.
Top few mechanic moments?
Yeah. Good or bad?
I only have good. It's good when you get your bike running right.
Okay.
So when you throw in new carburetor and you dial it in and it runs just right everywhere, I think that's probably the best feeling.
And you've built probably 8 or 10 bikes now, right?
Yeah.
And you do get pretty excited when you get that first startup after the build.
Yes. That's a magic feeling. I always pray before that. People make fun of me, but that's what I do. And when it starts, it just feels good. And yeah, just building those bikes, man. I was just talking to my son that the feeling you get when you put it together, when everything is beautiful and new, and you put it together, and then sometimes I sit in the garage and look at it for like 20 minutes. It's so rewarding. Like it just makes me really happy. There's not a lot of things that makes me that happy and give you that satisfaction. So I guess that's the main reason why I do those bikes. The feeling you get from it and the satisfaction, and that your work. Of course, you help me a lot, but it's still that I do quite a bit. And the feeling I get from it, that's probably the best. I love that.
Yeah. And I help a lot with the parts and rounding up stuff, but you're the one that still has to put it all together.
Yeah.
We get the engine done. Our buddy Brad will help with the engine a lot of times. So we get the engine done, but you still have to go assemble everything. And your assembly takes way longer because you film the entire process most of the time.
Yeah.
And you get people now criticizing you when you do something wrong. And they're like,
right.
Why didn't you do this or that?
Yeah.
Right.
That's one thing, on social media, you do something, and of course there is like 10 different ways you can do it, and always there will be a guy who doesn't like your way, and they will criticize it. So I kind of take it lightly, but also look at it that maybe I can learn something from it, and sometimes they are correct, sometimes it's legit. When I do something and it's maybe not up to par, then okay, I can learn. I'm not a great mechanic. I just kind of keep having fun doing things and getting better as I go.
And you've been learning. You didn't have as much learning. But I would have to say the one thing you've probably gotten more that's been a bigger help is grease.
Grease, yeah.
Grease.
I'm greasing everything now.
Okay. Should we talk about the one time?
We can.
Well, there's been a few times, but the main time when I couldn't get the front axle out of the KTM.
Yeah.
That was tough.
That was tough. I'll tell you why. When I didn't grow up around the bikes like that, so I had no idea you have to put grease on the axle.
You want it to look pretty. You're like, you got it all clean.
I actually wipe it off because it was dirty, and I put it in like that, and it's not the right way.
So we had this thing in the kit. It wasn't even in there that long, maybe a year.
No,
a year?
No, not even that, maybe.
And we could not get this front axle out. I had to beat it, and then I think I ended up having to cut it off, didn't I?
No, Brad did it. You give it to Brad, and then he somehow got it out.
I don't know.
That's what I remember.
No, I think we cut it because it was at my place, and the problem is I had one lug out. I think what happened is I took the forks off with the wheel. This is so long ago. You were littler. I mean, so
that's good.
So I couldn't get the front axle out, and I had it out of one side, so I ended up having to take the fork off.
I thought you were going to talk about the time when Rado had the KX and the bearings went away and he didn't tell you.
Oh yeah, when he returned it, the KX 250.
Yes.
The steering stem.
Yes.
Oh. I forgot.
There's too many.
He remembers that one.
I don't remember that.
I know. It's okay. It's bygones, man. We forgot about it. All right. So really fun having a Rado around, and it is fun to bring you and Jim and get guys who've never gone on real mountain trail trips. It's fun to get you guys out and doing that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks for having us. It's fun. If I wouldn't be invited by you to something like that, I will never go, because there's so much going to it. Like you gotta plan it, you gotta rent vehicles, you gotta rent house, and it's just so much that I think in this time of my life, if I have to do all that, I'll just say I'll just go some other time.
It's a lot to put together.
So thanks for that.
When you're going, you're welcome. And because when you're going, it's a lot for me, because if you're going far away, that's another problem. So we're going far away for these trips because there isn't epic mountain trail riding close to California, close to us for summer mountains like this, at high elevation. So you have to go far away.
Yeah.
Guys, it's just, there's guys all over the country that do this. There's guys in the Midwest and East Coast that go all the way to Colorado. They're going 20, 25 hours to Colorado to ride in the summertime to get up to elevation and ride some of those places. So there's guys willing to do it and just putting it together. So, all right, well, cool. I'm glad you had fun.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, see ya. Be
See you
good.
guys.
All right, Jim's here. Jim helps with a lot of things over the years, but then he moved further away. But he'll drive down just to do graphics on a bike or two on a weekend. And he's the one I rode his red 300XC in some of the videos. So really cool bike. Did you have fun?
Oh, it's fantastic.
All right, good job.
That's it?
That's it. Done. All right, so we're back here. We've had some interruptions. Those guys were friends with. It was.
They're Jackknife Media, and then Basin Uplifts, and then
Sea Boys.
Spark.
Okay. So anyway,
Just rent a van. Actually, we do that. We started a rental company. We do rent.
some guys
Cool dudes.
having a good time. They're out here like 11 days.
Yeah.
All right. So for our music for the show, you've been talking.
yes.
You've been revisiting a bunch of Def Leppard. He's been listening to all these albums, and he's not all the way through with this list.
I'm not
by
done
any means.
yet.
He's not done. It's a comprehensive.
I haven't
study.
listened to Retroactive yet.
Yeah, there's not a lot there.
I know, but I'm going to listen to everything so I can rate everything.
Okay, but right now he's going to give you some quick thoughts on Def Leppard.
Yes.
Here we go.
Honorable mention, Gods of War. The song itself good, but the ending is like the coolest ending probably ever to a rock song.
Okay.
Yeah. So here we go. We'll do top 10. We'll do Let It Go.
Okay. Which is off of High and Dry.
High and Dry. And then another Hit and Run, which is right after
Right.
Let It Go on High and Dry.
Okay.
Then Animal, then Too Late for Love, and then Rocket, and then Lady Strange, Hysteria, Rock of Ages, Coming Under Fire, Photograph.
Was that like 3 off of High and Dry?
That's a lot of. I think it's 4.
And you didn't have Switch.
Switch 625 is good, but I put it kind of lower because if it's
What song is it? Is it after?
Bring It On the Heartbreak.
So I think Bring It On the Heartbreak and then Switch right after it is like a perfect song.
Like,
with
if it's combo. What I'm saying, isolated, right? Like these are all
right.
in a vacuum.
All right. So good
But it's
job.
the best guitar only song.
Right.
It's the best no vocal song. ever.
It's a they call that an instrumental.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
All right. So it has just instruments. All right. So I think it's time to wrap up.
Yeah.
So fun show. Anything else we should mention on the shows? Remember to email us questions.
Yep.
What else? Anything?
The holster thing.
Oh, let's show.
where's your
how'd you
channel
not
at?
remember this sooner? Okay.
We'll show them right here. Set it right here.
My fantastic comment.
So
Let's go with this.
So we got the vest. What'd you think of wearing this vest? Did you get too hot today? Was it pretty?
It was.
There's a camera right there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was pretty hot, but
It gets pretty warm.
it's worth it.
Is this your mouse tools? Yes, it is.
Okay.
So here we go.
This will be blurred on YouTube, so I don't get banned.
Comes with a dedicated holster.
But you can figure out what this is.
Okay. Well, let's leave it there. We're good.
And I want to show them.
Okay.
So it comes with the sleeve. I kept the Kydex holster in there because I don't want any
Rubbing.
chance of hitting the trigger.
Yep.
So you still have a trigger guard, and it stays in there really good.
Just
And
clip
it's
Super
suitable.
secured.
And that's it.
And it's been great. I go solo ride quite a bit, and I like to bring
And right here,
mine.
along with your snacks.
Oh.
You just keep an extra round.
Extra mag.
Okay. Oh, this is why your stuff's melting. It's way out here.
Oh.
So we had a tip today. You should put these next to your water. Next to your water.
Put it in
bag.
your water thing, and then it stays
So
cooler.
not in the water, but next to the water.
touching your water bag.
Okay, so this is the MSR bag. We have a link to this in our. It's like a vest. Okay, that's it. Vest.
There you go.
That's a what do they call that vest? It's just like a, but it's a
Rover vest.
Rover vest
On Rocky Mountain.
Rocky Mountain MSR, which is their house brand on Rocky Mountain. So
Yeah.
Rover vest. Led Zeppelin has a song called Rover. Did you know that? Okay.
All you concealed carry guys.
Okay. All right. So that's it. I think that's a wrap on show 18. Not sure what will be next, but remember to email us on questions, like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Support all of our good companies. We don't have any logos behind us like in our other studio,
Or pictures.
and we have lots of discount codes with Wiseco, Pro X,
Recluse.
Cardo, Recluse, Decal Works,
MX Plastics.
Pro X. I already said Pro X, and of course Dunlop. Thanks to all of our great companies that help us with all of our builds and the show, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time. See you guys.
He left me hanging.
I didn't see that.
It was going to be this perfect ending. See ya. We work with some great companies, and here's a list of those right now. Dunlop Motorcycle Tires, Wiseco Piston, Vinco Air Shocks and Dirt Bike Parts, FMF exhaust, DecalWorks graphics, Pro X racing parts, Recluse clutch revolution, Motion Pro specialty motorcycle tools, Works connection, Uni filter, Klotz oil, Cometic gasket, MX plastics, JE pistons, Cardo systems, ODI bars and grips. And remember, if you shop Rocky Mountain, use our link from our site, Linktree, or link in the description of the videos. Thanks for watching and listening. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.